Something I love about table tennis is that everybody does it, whether they are any good at it or not. It's fun, right? It's a great way to meet new people, and after playing it regularly, you actually become better. Hold on, Ellen. What does this happen to do with foreign languages? You are probably thinking. Well, I believe playing ping pong surprisingly has many similarities with speaking foreign languages with native speakers. Sadly, I think we all feel like we have to speak a new language perfectly before we start a conversation that we can get the message across. That we have to master every piece of grammar and know all the words by heart in order to pass this real-life languages exam. By seeing it this way, we create our own barriers. Recent BBC analysis showed foreign language learning is at its lowest point since the turn to the millennium in UK schools, as low as 50% in some areas. I want to show you how fast you can benefit from speaking foreign languages. It will take your fear away. A while ago, I lived in Shanghai, and moving from there to Bristol was quite a culture shock. And I started to miss Chinese food. One night, I decided to check out my local Chinese takeaway and order a veggies with rice in English. However, I noticed that all customers were taking their meals away with plastic forks and knives, and the versions used to have in live in China, and I damped these culinary embarrassments for a moment. And so I asked the lady behind the counter what if she had any chopsticks in Chinese, and she laughed. She told me show knives and show me are not good enough, literally said in Chinese. She told me to wait a second. Went to the kitchens and checked. When she came back, she told me she couldn't find any. However, when she handed me a food with a smile, she gave me that finest chopsticks imaginable. And I had to laugh. I said I think too warmly and said goodbye in my broken Chinese. She was so happy just because I spoke a few words Chinese. The embarrassing moment I turned down was not my attempt to speak Chinese. It was a moment I realized, taking my first bite with my new chopstick, that I had forgotten to face. And then I went to apologize. In English, now I'm not saying you should now start learning a new language to get free food, okay? That wouldn't be even the achievement. It's about so much more than that. It is an ordinary correction onto a far from human connection. The biggest payoff comes the first days of learning a language. The phrase, I don't want a knife, I don't want a chopstick, gave me so much more than just a pair of chopsticks. I'm now taking you to the very outskirts of Siberia. Precisely here. After living in a couple of different countries and being able to speak on possession of Russian, I decided to make my long-awaited dream come true. I started to transfer Siberian on my own at the very far east of Russia. Around 6 o'clock in the evening, I said goodbye to my culture from House Ilya, a little Siberian town called Sabarok. I was about to walk the next 12-hour train journey to a little town near Chinese border called Lake Magicians. And I climbed to the dual stairs and boarded a long train that looked like it hadn't been touched in Soviet times, and entered a third-class carriage. I found my place and was about to prepare my bed for the night. The train came and I checked my tickets and asked me a couple of questions I didn't understand. Luckily, 3 people on the other side of the side helped me because my Russians were fluent. However, They were in Russian, and I noticed something very unusual. They were at his red badge on their skirts. And so I was wondering, where are these people from? Nah, they called me from North Korea. I had never met North Koreans before and had assumed that I probably never would without visiting the country. I'm generally a sponsored person, and so I asked them, where are you from? From Pyongyang, they says in Russia. I couldn't believe it. Hidden outskirts of Syria, just better than Armenians, Koreans. There are also things I want to ask them. I didn't know where to start, but Russians related me to express myself. There was an internet connection, and definitely no Google Translate to help me. And so I just asked, what are your names? In Russian, and they said, Han, Kim, and Kim. We talk about basic families and basic topics like our families, where we're going. We have been born in different cities for 5,000 miles apart in unimaginably different cultures, but it didn't feel so different. After all, everybody is looking for happiness and cares about spending time with loved ones, right? I was able to connect with Han, him, and Kim through Russians and a common language. Without this, they would have stayed a mystery forever. Do you want to see them? Han, Kim, and Kim. The woman from the person takeaway were only the few examples. My life wouldn't be the same without dozens of international friends and experiences. I've had the thanks to speaking foreign languages. The most important thing is that I don't speak all of them fluently. Just like table tennis, you don't have to be an Olympic champion. One of the biggest rewards comes at the start of learning. I think to take away another badges with rice or some parts chopsticks and table tennis mentality. Start enjoying things you may not pick it away, but not good at, and this mindset I try with languages. After all, your favorite speaking language is nothing compared to the benefits of the new experiences waiting for you. Good luck.